Good day, good day, good day, good day, people. You are tuned in to Talk with Natasha Monique. It's a gloomy day here in Atlanta, but nevertheless, we still find a way to press through it. I'm used to being in Minnesota with the snow, so oh well. I'll take a rainy day here, but sitting here getting some work done, and in that process, when I'm sitting here working from my kitchen or from my laptop, I like to go and listen to other bloggers. um, and me, I always like to pride myself on being very respectful to everybody's channel, everybody's platform. I treat people the way I would want people. Is a fuller word, and I probably, because it's my spirit is like here right now. I treat people the way I would want people to treat me on their platform, on their channels, just in everyday living, in on the internet as well as in the real world. I treat people how I would want folks to treat me. And so I was on a certain individual's page, and they was interviewing someone, and in the process of interviewing someone, something came out. And so I asked the question, and see, me being 48, I look at life like this. Everybody is not going to agree with everybody, but I do believe that we can have mature conversations. I think in the world they call it agree to disagree. And so I just asked the question, what do you think about this particular, how did I word it? They mentioned the person's name. I'm not going to mention the person's name. I'm not even going to mention any names on my channel, because it's too much mediocre stuff going on YouTube. It's too much immature stuff going on YouTube, and this is coming from allegedly adults. But I just asked her, what do you think about when he said this? And so when he read it, I got placed on timeout. And so I called in and asked, well, why did I get put on timeout for asking a question? I wasn't mean, nor was I disrespectful, and people in the chat block her ass and all this stuff. And I'm on my platform now, and some of the people may not even find my platform, because I'm not trying to get out there or get anything from anybody. But for those that will hear, I'm like this. When I'm attacked, I teach. When I'm attacked, I teach to pass it on. So when I called in, because I've been seeing so much petty stuff going on with YouTube, in the black streets of YouTube, with us black people, that we're on here for a certain agenda, but somehow we get our focus off of that particular agenda, and we begin to attack everybody, and we begin to attack each other, when you have to keep your face, your focus on the assignment, the purpose, the goal, the agenda. If you can't see here, but I believe in motivation and inspiration. And so that's how I know I'm never going to be rude, mean, or disrespectful to anybody. And there's a, right where I sit, there's my agenda every day that I live by, that I stay tuned to know this is what I need to do for me. This is what my assignment is set for today. And I think some people, I don't care how smart you are, how educated you are, because I learned this coming from a chick. I'm being a chick from East St. Louis, Illinois. My mother used to always talk about common sense, book sense, and street sense. Some people may not have all three. Some people might have two, and some people might just be fluent with one. But however, there is this thing in the world, as well as in the Bible. You treat people how you want to be treated. And I just think that for a person voicing their opinion, and if even if it goes against someone that you're cool with, the way I feel right now in reference to The R. Kelly situation, everybody is suspect. I'm sorry, that have been in connect with him. Everybody's pretty much suspect, because when you really get behind the scenes and begin to break down people that was in his life, you really don't see too many faithful people unto this man. And so my mindset is this, and it's just me being a 48-year-old woman, having life experience kind of under my belt to learn from my mistakes, and just learn from the mistakes of life, is that, you know, I need to watch. I can be respectful to people, but I still need to watch your action, because too many times if everybody keep hollering about the same individual, it's something there. It may not all be true, but it's something there that I might need to keep my eyes attentive to, so that it won't sneak up and bite me. One thing, when I have my mentor classes and I tell people, I always tell them, you know, you have to stay woke, you have to stay alert, because the enemy likes to do three things, and that's according to the Bible. That's kill, steal, and destroy. And one of his main things that he loves to do is ambush people. He likes to catch people sleeping and slacking. And so when you have went through life and you have dealt with some things, you learn to just keep your eyes on certain targets, with certain individuals. I don't say that you just got to fully watch them, but keep your side eye open. And so to get on this person's platform and ask why I have blocked, like, okay. So it's like, it's a bias platform to me, because that's what I see with a lot of them. If I don't speak the way you want me to speak, if I don't defend the people that you want me to defend, my main focus here is for R. Kelly. It's not for anybody else. It's not. I'm sorry. And even for people that have worked with him, that may have YouTube channels, if they're wrong, they're wrong. And if you don't see it, then that's what you don't see. But I'm going to stick to the truth of what is said and what is seen before me, and what is constantly coming out in the atmosphere, or not even in the atmosphere, but truly on these YouTube pages, on Twitter, Facebook. So it's like the lies not just keep going around just to be going around. It's got to be some type of truth within that lie. Majority of the time, we probably have to sit still and wait for the dust to settle. And when I mean by the dust to settle, we're going to have to wait for a lot of stuff to come out in the court systems to really see who's who, and who has put their hands in what cookie jar, and who has done what towards or against R. Kelly. So I got on here to say, one, I'm never going to be disrespected by anybody. So I think my voice does carry weight. My views carry weight. It might just be one view, but you know what? That's a view that will not be set by you. I unsubscribe to people's pages. If you cannot be mindful and respectful that I am a supporter or a fan, and you should treat your fans treat R. Kelly fans just as if it's R. Kelly. But when I see how people are being talked to because they're not in agreement, not with stuff for R. Kelly, but with people maybe that you're connected to, then there's a problem for me. I'm not going to be tolerated. If my husband don't disrespect me, I will not allow any man on social media or anywhere else to be disrespectful. The thing that kind of gave me another red eye look at a person, like, you're not understanding what you're doing, because we have a lot of men that is operating these platforms all in the name of defending R. Kelly. But the thing that you have to understand is that when you come on here and you're basing your platform of debunking the lies for R. Kelly, you got to be very mindful of how you handle women. And if it's a woman that is coming to you, and see, the thing that I learned is that a lot of men don't know how to deal with real women. But when a woman can come to you, and she can come to you real, I'm strong in my stance. I'm an alpha female, but I still know how to be that respectful chick, that respectful sister. So you have to be mindful that, you know what? I need to handle this individual just as R. Kelly will handle her or will handle him. Why? Because if you really know R. Kelly, or if you really in support of getting this man free, you're going to treat his people, his fans, his supporters the way he treated him. I went today for about 8 hours, and I just listened to his interviews. I listened to videos on how he loved his fans and how he's thankful to have his fans. And you know, when he did the HuffPost interview with the one Italian lady, that he was saying, as long as my fans keep showing up, then I'm going to continue to do what I do, and I'm going to continue to respect my fans. So it bothers me that you're trying to defend a man that you don't even have enough respect for his fans nor his supporters. And so we got to be careful of what we're doing, all allegedly in the name of R. Kelley. So if you are a man or a woman and you're trying to be a part of the synchronized system to get this man set free, be mindful how you walk out here. Be mindful how you treat people. Because it's so sad that another brother, another man, another sister can be disrespectful to a sister, whether you know them, whether you bump arms with them or not. You be respectful to everybody. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Now, I can see somebody calling in, or I can see somebody in your chat being rude and being disrespectful. But if that's not the case, you should be in a place, especially if you call yourself a leader, to be able to stand against what you're in agreement with and what you're not in agreement with, as long as that individual is not being rude or disrespectful. So be mindful how you treat people. It's not good. It's not a good look. It's really not a good look. And because of that, it caused me to really reevaluate who I was listening to and who I was following. And so what I did was I went back and I unsubscribed to the main characters that are kind of leading this in the YouTube, in the Black YouTube streets for R. Kelley. And I'm down with two chicks right now. One, her page is pretty new, but she puts, well, I'm still following PG2, Passionate Gangster. But one other sister that I just subscribed to her page, because as I was sitting here, it popped up, be careful who you run with. And I said, God, you just gave me an on-time word. And see, we're not looking at it that we're running with these people, but you got to understand spirits transfer. And I'm cautious of what I connect myself to, because what's inside of me is very precious. It's fine gold, it's fine oil. So you just can't sit and listen to people and be rude and hang up on somebody because you're not in agreement with them. And then your chat, it's sad to say how women, when you heard the phone call, when you heard the conversation, you still can be ignorant women to say you need to block her ass. It's like we have to do better. Our culture is the worst culture, how we treat each other and how we just try to triumph and get over on our own people when it's not even necessary. It's really not necessary, because I learned this, and this is something that I stand for. This is something that I say, and this is something that I believe. What a person would do to another, they will soon to do it to you. I'll let that sit and marinate for a second. What a person will do to another, they will soon do it to you. Because one thing that I learned is a man is always going to respect a woman, whether he be hood or not. A man of manners is always going to be respectful. And so if you are not a man of manners, there's no need for me to be on your channel to hear you. You may not be calling me a bitch at that time, but to hear you called another sister a bitch, to hear you be disrespectful to another woman, if you do it to them somewhere down the line, if you're not in agreement with something that I say or something that I do, I will be that next individual. So it's like, Tasha, backpedal yourself from these type of individuals, because they carry nothing about you, nothing about your stance as a woman, as a Black woman, as a sister. If they're going to do it to her somewhere down the line, they're going to do it to you. And that's what happened today. But I'm okay. I mean, it made me heated, because that hood chick came up and it says, you know what, it's not worth it. Stay true to the page. that you are a model on, that you follow, and continue to, carry that individual, push her page, and do right by people. Because at the end of the day, only what you do that is right in the eyes of God that you would be rewarded for. To be on here, to be rude, to be disrespectful to anybody, what am I to gain? What am I to gain? Because sooner or later, you're going to hang your own self. Sooner or later, people are going to, somebody's going to get it to say, you know what? That wasn't right how he talked to that lady. That wasn't right how they began to bring other people, children in this picture. The fight is not with that family. The fight is with actually the law. Yep, we know who initiated, but the people who initiated the fight is not holding him right now. They don't have the keys to get him out. So you can attack these people. This is wisdom talking now. This is wisdom. And I see a lot of people on these pages. They might have little education to debug and break down indictments. And really, it's not a rocket science. But when it comes to pure wisdom, everybody don't have that, honey bunch. Everybody don't have that. So for you to put people's daughters and kids out here, that says a lot about your character. I'll wait. When you have daughters, when you have babies, that says a lot about your character. Some things you should be so mature. Some things you should have enough stability, enough sense to say, I'm not going to go that route. Y'all can go there, right? Like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, when they go high, you go low. We don't have to fight everybody. Everybody is not to fight. And see, what people are not understanding, when you're fighting against the ops, that's not the fight. The fight is the people that's going to take that stance that you need to be breaking down and debunking their lies. The fight is the judicial system. The fight is the politicians. Not the ops don't have no power. They have not one key to get that man out of jail. So why are you constantly fighting? Because he said something? Do you know how many people people talked about Christ? When you go back and you watch, because I'll sit here and watch in the midst of working, and it's like you're debugging the wrong person. I mean, yeah, he have done some things wrong, but just because somebody does wrong don't mean that I have to be a fool too and go and do the same wrong that they doing. Because at the end of the day, where God don't get you, the law gonna get you, karma's gonna get you. And some things you just have the common sense. Some things you just have the wisdom to say, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to stick to my purpose. I'm going to stick to my goal. As we ride in the motorcycle world, it's called tunnel vision. It's called tunnel vision. We stay true to what we see before us. A lot of people, they thought that they saw coming into this was for R. Kelley. But see, somehow, let me talk about a tunnel. I'm a minister, so you know I flip and I float. But back in Minnesota, there would be times when I can be on my bike riding, going through the Lowry Tunnel. And in the Lowry Tunnel, that tunnel curves. And so if I want to look around, I can easily mess up and I can go down. So I have to always have before me my purpose, my agenda, my destiny. And somehow people came in here with an assignment to say, I'm going to stick for Kells. I'm going to fight for Kells. But somehow you come in and you start the fight and you lose the focus. And the focus began to go on, well, now I'm fighting this brother and this brother. For what? Because fighting them is not going to help. It's not. Larry is not on trial. Not for this case. So why am I wasting time and energy? And people, we got to stop supporting the foolishness. If you're a supporter of R. Kelley, if you are a fan of R. Kelley, and you are on I'm not going to tell you to unsubscribe. Don't do me, but I will, because if that's where the value lays in the views, the likes, and the subscriptions, and you're not treating us right, or you're not talking to us right, you don't need mine. You don't need mine. But sooner or later, somebody else going to catch it. Sooner or later, somebody else going to wake up. Sooner or later. And you're going to realize, like somebody else, their channel had just got completely they not even able to really flow no more. So what happens was that attack from alleged somebody else woke them up. Now they're talking right now. They apologizing and repenting and doing what they should have been doing from day one. See, a lot of times y'all allow the enemy to get you off course. And when it gets you off course, God will sit back and allow the enemy to come and snatch you off the right alignment because your focus got off. A lot of times people focus get off because they start saying, oh, my views is, oh, I'm at 1,500. Oh, I'm at 15K. I'm at 100 this, 100 that. Oh, I see I got this many subscribers. It takes you off focus. It takes you off focus. So now the more people you get, now I can push my cash app. Now I can push it. And I'm not, hey, let me explain this, because I'm not gonna say, well, hey, get your money, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's how you do it. So, the truth of the matter is, I have two businesses and I have a lot of businesses. I have over 10 emails, and all of them have YouTube channels. One person with that many channels, and I will subscribe to everybody that I normally follow, because I never know what email that I'm operating in. And so when I'm in that email, I'll just go from YouTube working. I went in and unsubscribed. One channel, for one channel, that's 10 subscriptions. May not, hey, somebody might say, well, that's not a lot. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's enough to get you your attention. You can't abuse the system, and you can't abuse the people. That's the moral to the story. If you don't agree with somebody, you don't agree with them. And especially when they're not being rude, why do you have to block a supporter? Why do you have to block a fan when they're not being mean or rude? That's what I don't understand. Because they did not say something that you wanted. Got to be mindful of that. Treat the supporters and treat the fans the way R. Kelley would treat his fans, because they're not your people. They're actually on your platform because of Kelley, not because of you. Not because of you. They believe, and I say this lightly because this is something that I don't put faith in nobody. I don't. But I trust that if you say that I'm here to help in this process of getting Robert Sylvester Kelley free, and I'm going to bring as much content to debunk, to break down, to expose, to get out, then that's what I do. And and that's a great thing. But at the end of the day, you got to be mindful how you interact with the fans. Everybody is not an op. The Bible says this: know those that labor amongst you. And it's a main page that I'm always under, and that's Gospel Glam Cosmetics. Today, I'm just happened to be on Natasha Monique page, Talk with Natasha, but I'm mostly on that page. And that page is my business page. So I'm very wise. I'm never going to do anything mean, rude, or disrespectful, because it is my business. And all people have to do is Google that name and I come up. So it's not like that I'm trying to be high. I'm open out here. I'm open out here. I just say, be mindful how you talk to people and how you treat people. Everybody don't move like you. Everybody don't talk like you. Everybody ain't going to answer to you the way you feel they need to answer. But I can say everybody can be respectful. I do say that. In ministry, everybody is not like me. And I had to learn how to maneuver and how to accept and how to embrace everybody. Everybody don't come where I'm from. Everybody don't have what I have. Everybody don't do what I do. So I learned how to accept those that are high as well as those that are low. And I learned how to have the medium, to meet them where they're at, not to be rude, not to look down, not to feel that I'm better than anybody because I have so many views or I have so many subscribers or so many people on my channel right now. That's not it, because you can have that today and it can be gone today. But the thing that I say is I don't put no dirt in these hands. I try to walk right because, like I said, if God don't get you, the law don't get you, karma definitely will. And I don't want anything to affect me, my family, or what I got going on. So on that note, I'm going to log off. I pray that I said something that was a blessing to somebody, that can give you fully more understanding. If you're on somebody's channel, if you're on somebody's platform, or even it can be you, be mindful how you treat people. We don't have to be on these platforms to be abused. That's not what we're here for. We're supposed to all work together. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. Peace.